in virtually every aspect. I was thinking when Iago, who seemed to be the perfect snake in the grass, and I was rather struck by the first slap and the second one. And the reason was because it was extremely well done. It was very realistic, and it certainly brought home, I think, to all of us, the depth of the tragedy. And this obviously was a great tragedy. But I think each of you played your parts particularly well. I think there were only one or two parts in the play where the diction wasn't quite as clear as it ought to have been, but that, in the context of the overall performance, was really a very minor criticism. I thought you did superbly well. Thank you. I thought that the interaction between the actors was wonderful. I thought when the guards came in first and there was the hint of a Deo beard, was a wonderful device for helping to cement in the minds of the audience the fact that you were in fact playing men, and I thought that was very good. I thought your facial expressions were good. I thought the use of humor where appropriate was also very good. The overall presentation, I thought, was wonderful, and it just appeared to me as an old Berkeley that all of you must be Gold House members. I thought that there was obviously good dramatic tension between Othello and Desdemona. And really, when one thinks that you are amateurs, I thought that your portrayal of this particular tragedy was absolutely superb. It was superb because it hit on so many themes that, you know, that play, when you realize how long ago it was written, it hit on themes that are relevant today. The marriage between a black and a white, the rivalry in court, the deception, and again, I cannot help but saying how much I enjoyed the depiction of Iago's character, because I was sort of wondering, you know, if I had sort of been in a pantomime, I'd be hissing all the way. What a terrible person this was. But just as a final note, I think each of you has every reason to be enormously proud of the hard work and dedication, and it just goes to show you that if you apply yourselves, if you get fully into the role, if you make the roles credible and believable, the story will come alive. And I don't think there was anyone here at any point during the presentation who could not gather and really feel the tension that you were trying to portray throughout the play. So very well done, very proud of you, and I'm sure your parents are equally proud, and your school is as well.
Well, I certainly echo everything that's just been said. I thought the play, it was a beautiful opening to the play, quite unexpected actually in the way it opened, and it sort of set the scene very nicely for what was to come. Tragedy is famously pretty difficult to put on and to pull off, and I thought you did a really creditable job at it. It's very easy to get carried away with, it's a play about passion, and we saw plenty of passion on the stage, and it is quite easy to just slightly overdo that, as I have mentioned before. But I felt for the most part that you really didn't do that. There is one little area where I think perhaps you could give it some thought, and that is that if you have a scene that involves great emotion, you have to start fairly low to give yourself somewhere to go. Because if you start off like this, then you're just going to get shriller and shriller, and then your voice disappears, and the impact is lost. So if you can just start that bit lower and use your lungs, breathe from down here to project it and make it a full sound that's conveying that emotion, then by the end you can get higher and shriller, and it just has that little bit more dramatic impact. But I really felt, it was a wonderful, again, a natural production. I am old enough, sadly, to have seen Olivier play Othello in London when I was a student at drama school. And all of his play was like this. It was big acts and big arms and totally stylized and totally unnatural. And what you did tonight was totally natural, totally believable, and I can't thank you enough, and I wish you well. I think you did very well.
I can't resist this. Have you seen Miss Dill's shoes? Hold your applause.
Brittany Haley.